Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everyone doing? Wherever you're tuning in right now or watching our replay, we welcome you. We were having some technical difficulties, but that would not stop us. We have an amazing guest today. And before I introduce her, for those of you who are watching first time from this channel, I am your host, Karen Chuck. I'm based in Ontario, Canada. And I have been hosting a series of global live chat interviewing fellow global business partners from around the world because we found something that is just so amazing, and all professions across different industries are taking advantage of this amazing opportunity. And here we're going to share our stories and share with you why this is such an amazing opportunity. Now, without further ado, today I have an amazing guest here. Her name is Alicia Bigby Smart. You can tell by the last name that she's smart. She's very blessed, and she has a wonderful story to share with you. And I want Alicia to maybe just introduce yourself, tell the global audience who are you, where you're from, your short life story.
Hi, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good morning, wherever you are. I'm Alicia Bigby Smart. I'm a middle school science teacher. I'm also an author and an entrepreneur. Professionally, I'm passionate about education, helping students discover their potential. Personally, I'm a mother of three, a lifelong learner, and someone deeply rooted in my faith. Everything I do is guided by purpose, growth, and a desire to help others become who they were created to be.
And see, that's amazing. We could tell that you're so blessed, you're so talented, you have a mission, you're helping people, you're very passionate as well. So maybe share with our global audience what led you to become a middle school teacher and an author as well.
I believe that education has always been my calling. The need to enlighten, the need to teach, the need to emancipate from mental slavery. Hence, I think that is what led me to write about this specific content. I am, therefore I can.
And you've always wanted to be a teacher, like
Yes,
since you were, yeah.
Yes, I've always wanted to be a teacher. And the teaching allows me not only to share my knowledge, but to inspire transformation in young minds.
Do you have a lot of teachers in your family, or you the first one?
I am the first one in my immediate family, yes.
Okay. And were you originally from USA?
No, I'm a Jamaican by birth.
Okay, okay. I love Jamaican food. And you mentioned you're an author. Did you write a book specifically about education?
No, I wrote a book about self-esteem, self-empowerment. The title is I Am, Therefore I Can, Unleashing the Power Within.
And when was that book published?
It was published in December 2004. 24, December 2024.
24.
Yes.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing. Now, we already know that you're highly educated and you're highly experienced, and that's your professional life. And how many years have you been teaching?
I've been teaching since 1996.
1996. Wow.
Yes,
And on a scale of 0 to 10, how much do you love your job at this season of your life? Because you've taught for so many years now, right?
yes, education has evolved a lot, but my love has not changed. My tolerance somewhat, and my disconnect with parents not really being interested in their children's education, but I still have that passion that I had from day
Mhm.
one.
And that's amazing because we need passionate teachers to teach the next generations, right? You can't
Yes,
have
we do.
just anybody going in and out, just doing their job as it. It takes a lot more to become
Yeah.
a very good teacher. Because my sister is also a teacher. She teaches in Hong Kong. And when she shares with me how much she does, it's beyond the book, it's beyond the academic curriculum. You have to really care about the individual student and be able
Yes.
to empower them to become the best version of themselves. It takes a lot of hard lot of efforts and patience, and it's kudos to both of you. It takes a lot to be a teacher. Now you've already educated a lot of youngsters, and they went on and became successful. So you're like, for the global audience, you're well set, you're professional, you're stabilized, you got a good career, you've achieved your mission. So what led you to look beyond your primary domain of professionalism?
When it comes on to teaching, as much as I love teaching is not really fulfilling financially as I would want it to be. In terms of my personal satisfaction, educating minds, I'm fulfilled. But financially, raising children, raising a family, there's a gap there. So that is when I decided that I need something more.
Now, at our 𝗵𝗡_𝐶 Decide Global Chat live chat series, we're all about authenticity, really sharing the real stories and real success and real challenges and real opportunities. Now, for our global audience, could you give them a sense of, because you said it's not financially fulfilling. In the States, what is that range for middle school teacher to be compensated for the extent of work that you do? Are we talking about like $90K to $150K? Are we looking at that range in the States?
It depends on your level of qualification, master's degree, doctorate. But I would say at the basic level, with just a degree, you're looking at maybe between $40,000 and $60,000 per year.
And
within that range.
Did you have a master's degree? Did you went on and study more, or you focus on the undergraduate?
I completed my master's degree when I came here to work. I started it in Jamaica, completed it here. However, I got the job at a degree level. So that is what my pay scale is at, a degree teacher.
Yes. And I interview a lot of fellow global digital business partners. Many have master's degrees, like you and me, PhD degrees, specialist degrees, you name it, we have it. So we're highly educated by the society, by the system, by the teaching ecosystem. Yet we all came to realize that we deserve so much more, right? And this is why we need to share with those who might be thinking along the same line. We're highly educated, highly experienced, doing a lot, but is this it? Is this it? Now, you share with us, the global audience, that it's very fulfilling, mission-wise, purpose-wise, but financially, it's still not at the level that you deserve. You believe you deserve. So that must have been the turning point that led you to explore outside of your zone, right? So when you first explore, what have you explored? Like, did you explore different things, different areas?
Well, I mainly looked at online. Since I'm working full-time, I mainly explored online opportunities. What can I do in addition to what I'm already doing to get additional income in? So that is where I was searching for opportunity online. And
would you call yourself as tech savvy? The online space. You're very ahead of the game. Where are you? You're not very engaged in that space. You're middle. You're very extremely engaged in the online space.
Okay, as a teacher in the 21st century in the United States of America, you have to be tech savvy, because technology is highly integrated into your teaching. So I'm fairly advanced using technology.
Yes, and that's an advantage, because when you're advanced, you are a lot more open to explore the online space, right? And that's not to say that people who are less tech savvy is not suitable for this opportunity. Now, when you look online, were you looking for a particular business model? Did you have a business model in mind already, or you were searching and just exploring and see if there's anything that might fit your searching criteria?
Right. So I was looking for something within my skill set. However, one day I saw this ad and it was a past student of mine.
Oh.
Yes, and I clicked on it, and that's when I got drawn into this business opportunity.
Oh wow. And was your student still in the same city or a different city when you saw the ad?
No, no, she lives in Florida, but I taught her in Jamaica, and she has migrated and is now living in Florida. So that's when I saw
Wow.
the ad, and I reached out to her.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
Wow. If it wasn't your student's ad, do you think you would have clicked on it?
I have seen other ad, and because I don't know those persons, and sometimes I don't think they seem authentic enough. And I've also
Mhm.
seen other ads that led nowhere.
Yeah.
So I was really looking for someone who I identify with.
And how
And
did your student react when you reach out to her and ask her about the opportunity? I'm curious
well,
to know.
very very excited to now be my teacher.
Uh-huh. And how many years had it been since you reconnected with her?
I taught her it was about maybe, let me see, about over 10 years.
Over
Yeah,
10 years.
maybe over 10 years or more.
Wow. And you still
Yeah.
remember her.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. You know,
Yes, it is.
I know that for many of our fellow global online business partners, they're similar to you. They saw an ad on the online space and then they click on it to explore further, and the rest was history. And
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of us would still have that doubt about, hey, is this something that's legit? Is this something that I should click on? What if it let me? Like, there's a lot of what if, right? But for me, it wasn't an ad. It was when I was being consult for AI project for a local real estate company, and then out of the
Oh,
blue, one of the real estate agents said online business, and the night before, I actually prayed to God. I'm a Christian. I prayed to God. I said, thank you for leading me into the AI space. It's amazing, but it's still taking a lot of my time and efforts. When I was in corporate, the whole pain was about trading time for money. And then
okay.
when God led me to AI, I'm like, this is great. It's less time, but still you have to really do a lot of end to end because it's very unique, customized program for
Mhm.
every
Okay.
company. And then I've been watching a lot of professionals like lawyers, accountants, pharmacists. Like my background is also a registered pharmacist here.
Okay.
They are really making money offline. I mean, online legally. And I said to God, I prayed to God. I said, Lord, I really want to learn how to earn online, but I don't want to deal with logistical pieces like dealing with inventory, dealing with clients, dealing with supplier assurance, like all that. I don't want shipping. No, 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 no. And I said, I know this is too good to be true. And I said, if it's too good to be true, it can only come from you, Lord. And it said, please reveal it to me. Don't hold it back from me, right? And I
Yes,
prayed
yes.
boldly because God had been so faithful and showing up supernaturally. And I just boldly pray. I said, please, Lord. And I kid you not, this was the night before, right? The day
Mm.
of when I was being consult for the AI project, the real estate agent slash leader out of the blue mentioned online business. And I'm like, you know what?
Mm.
Put this AI project conversation aside. Tell me what you know about this online business. And she started probably a couple of months in. She gave me enough pieces, and God gave
Mhm.
me the wisdom to connect the dots. And I said, God, thank you. This was what I prayed for last night. So if it wasn't because of this experience, I don't think I would have. I don't know. Maybe God will find another way. But this was just so
Mhm.
ingrained in my head, and I thank God every single day because this is a hidden golden opportunity that nobody
Mhm.
has talked or nobody know, like not everybody
Mhm.
knows about it, and that's why not
Yeah.
many people talk about it enough. So you found your students ad and you reach out, and then you learn about this opportunity. Now what determined or what helped you decide whether or not this is something that that you were looking for? Because obviously there are all kinds of online business opportunity available.
Mhm.
What made this a particular one that you said yes?
There are a lot of pointers why I said yes. One, I realized that I was not in charge of any product or any inventory. Two, I realized that this online business has a system that is automated and works for you. Once you plug in the right information, the system works for you. And that's another thing. Another thing I like about is when I enlisted and I got my training going, I said, wow, being a teacher, saying, well, these courses are excellent because all the training I got covers all the aspects that you need to know if you are just new and you have never done business before. The training covers every single thing. So you are more than equipped. So all you need to do is just to plug in the formula in an already running system, and it just works for you.
And that was also the reason why I love it so much, because if we were to put a price tag to this business in a box, it would be too expensive for any professional, like well-paid professional, to be part of.
So,
Because we're talking about like billion-dollar infrastructure that will cost individual entrepreneur that much to learn. And when you mentioned about the training sites and all that, those are not just static train materials. These are ongoing, updated, live training materials. It's kind of insane for us to be getting all these free, updated, complimentary training materials and knowledge, right? And
yes.
and I think a lot of people wanted to become an entrepreneur, want to be their own boss, but if they have to do it on their own, obviously it's going to take a lot of determination. Also takes a lot of capital, in terms of ongoing as well as initial. But for us, is the initial, and then we just roll with it, right? And if you had to look at the part where you didn't have to manage inventory, like that in and of itself already, it speaks volume, right? Because a lot of time, like when we look at people who leverage the Amazon online space,
Mhm.
they have to deal with inventory, they have to deal with
Yeah.
back orders, shipment issues, like all kinds of stuff, payment issues. But here, we're not in the business of selling inventory, but we're in the business of letting people who wanted to become their own boss take advantage of this well-established digital business system. Like you said, plug and play. It's kind of like a franchise in a box. So everyone can follow their own pace and then be able to do business that's proven. And everybody from all walks of life, professional or not, from different countries, they have proven that this system works. And one thing I wanted to share with the global audience is that I also made a post about it recently. In everything that we do, there's always like a reset feature. In academic year, there's a reset. You got to start a new year, right? In corporate world, we got to reset the fiscal year to reach the sales target. And in everything, there's reset. If people are in sales or in marketing, they have a target, they have a reset. But in our global digital business, there's no reset, meaning all the efforts we put in gets accumulated. So it's not a matter of whether you will be successful or not. It's a matter of when you want to reach that successful milestone. That really was one of the key elements that I'm like, whoa, this is just too good to be true. Now, if you look at, let's say if you had to pick another key element that really drew your attention, what would it be? Because you mentioned about the business structure, you've talked about the training. What if you had to pick one more, what would it be?
Yes, I would like to pick maybe 2 or 3 more.
Yeah.
One, it's legitimate, because I'm a professional and I wouldn't want my name to be on something that is not legitimate. 2, I realize that we pay our taxes.
Yes.
You file your taxes, so it's a legitimate business. And I also found out that it is legitimate in over 28 countries in the world.
Yes.
And also, if another thing, when I realized how large the community was, I realized there are over maybe 250,000 other business owners like myself and growing. So I realized that this business is also growing worldwide.
Yeah, that's probably the time when you last check. When I
Mhm.
last checked, it was 281,000 in the community.
There you go.
So
There you
it's
go.
growing because people are no longer being selfish. They're not just keeping it to themselves. They're sharing with other people because you just never know.
Yeah.
Sometimes we think people are set, they're settled, they're comfortable, but no, when they're in their quiet room, they could be praying quietly to God and say, "Hey, lead me to something. I want to do something that will help me, personal development as well as connected with like-minded people around the world, and getting time, freedom, like because we do this in pockets of time. We don't
Mhm.
because we have our own professional work, right? We do it in pockets
Mhm.
of time. It's flexible, and we get to accumulate and earn at
Mhm.
a level that's beyond what traditional, even the most specialist person would get paid. Um, I think 2 weeks ago, I had a global live chat with the California medical physicians, also a licensed certified genetic counselor. She, like you and me, study a lot. We get all the way up to the top, and then realize that what we study so much complex knowledge when compared to this global online business. It's this global online business knowledge wise is so simple. It's too simple. If we follow to the T, it's just too simple. But in
Yeah.
terms of returns financially, she said it. You guys can watch 2 weeks ago. She said it. It pays multiple times more than a specialist gets paid. And we're like, did we get scammed by the society to be the employee mindset? We both said it. And we're like, we wish that people taught us to become an entrepreneur when we were young. We wish that we were taught about all these like financial literacy. We didn't learn all of this until like later in the game, right? Later in the
Yeah.
battle. So yeah, so it's so, and the thinking and the way that this global digital business works is very different from traditional business. That's why I don't know about you, but when I look at the patent business and
Mhm.
compensation model, it was really
Mhm.
the compensation mathematical formula that caught
Mhm.
my attention too. I had to
Yes.
watch it multiple times because it's different from the way we were taught. The way we were taught
Yeah.
was 1 + 1 = 2, right?
Yes.
In this case, it's compound earning, and
Yes.
and it's in accumulated form. So I
Yeah.
was like, no way. I mean, how come I never heard about it? This is just too crazy. And then I quickly speed watch everything, speed learn everything, and I realized, oh my goodness, this is too good. I need to share with everybody. Now,
Yeah.
when you decided to take the next steps and became a global digital business partner, did you share with your family or you kept it to yourself? What was your approach?
I shared it with my close friends first,
Yeah.
and then I start to share it with others. Because when you're excited, you want to tell your closest people, I found something. And then with the training, and we are using the attraction marketing strategy. I was someone who was shy, I didn't really want to be in front of the camera. But since I've started this business, it has really, I've really grown where I'm now in front of my camera doing my ads and loving what I'm doing, because you know what? As a professional, as a mother, I'm reaching out to persons. I know there are a lot of burnt out professionals, single mothers, single fathers who just need an opportunity. And
Yes.
I can't have this information and not tell them. And it's
Yes.
funny you talk about how we study, because presently I'm doing my PhD. Because,
Oh, wow.
yeah, because, you want to self actualize. But I'm saying I could have reached where I wanted to go had I started this online business much
Uh,
faster, you
I
know?
I couldn't agree more. You know why? I laugh because I heard from every single guest that they wish they found this earlier and that they wish they started earlier. But there's always God appointed timing. Maybe when we
Mhm.
heard about it earlier, we may not be in a good timing to start it. So everything was perfectly ordained. So it's good that we started at least, right? And we're in it
Yeah.
and enjoying the fruits, right? And
Yes.
and I can't believe that you said you're shy on camera because when I watch your or your post in a private community, I was like, I love to chat with her. She's full of energy. I mean, I just I was mesmerized. I'm like, I gotta talk to her.
Okay.
She's so positive. Wow, I wouldn't have believed that you're shy. So yes, I agree with you. We all grew from where we
Mhm.
were to a better version because of this global online business. It's
Mhm.
beyond financial.
Yes.
Like I get
Yes.
connected with wonderful people like yourself and from around the world, and we all get to travel to different places as we do business. Now, you're doing your PhD. When are you done with your PhD?
In another year or two. Yeah, because I
In
just started my dissertation. So yeah.
Okay, okay. And in your professional network, have you been sharing with them yet, or are you kind of assessing how they would react? Because, like I said, I mean, a lot of people, including ourselves, been so conditioned to the way
Mhm.
that we should work,
Mhm.
and
Yes.
a lot of time we're not open or receptive to new ways of doing things. No different than AI. Like I'm an accredited AI certified consultant, and people. I remember back in 2023, people were like, "No, I'm not going to touch it," and then gradually they're like, "Oh, let me see," and then now people are like, "Oh, I think I feel a little bit more comfortable." So it takes time for people to adapt
Mhm.
and understand and then gradually kind of embrace, right? So for your professional network, have you had a chance to share with them yet or no?
Well, there's a saying that necessity is the mother of invention. Quite a lot of my friends are burnt out. They're
Mm,
teaching for years, and it's just this recurring cycle of work, home, sleep, tired, marking papers, and
yeah,
just not seeing ends meeting. And a lot of us are mothers, and when you have your children, you're thinking about school fees, thinking about college. Some of us have kids that are going to college soon. So
mm,
that is where the concern is. So it is prime time. I'm at the right
yes,
time where I
yeah,
can introduce this business to let them know that you can earn additional income. And also,
yes,
if you want to, you can take this full time and even
yes.
retire early.
A lot of
Yeah.
our fellow global digital business partners have taken that route and doing exceedingly abundantly well. And it takes is the mindset, right?
Yeah.
Mindset is number one. Everything else just follow the system, follow the proven blueprint. It's easy. It's all in here, right? And I'm so grateful that in spite of how often we're the trailblazers, you know, eventually we see people following us behind, and that's a good sign because we're the one leading the parade, right?
Yeah.
And we're letting people to God's promised land, and it's beyond everyone's wildest imagination. Obviously, no different than any typical work. You gotta do your work, right? Traditional business, traditional career, you still have to do your work, but the ratio of efforts you put in compared to your return is so much more favorable.
That's true.
That's why I've April 11th we had this in-person meetup locally, and I was able to meet with all professionals from medical field to IT field
Okay.
to bank to anywhere, everywhere. And we all
Okay.
said the same thing. We're so thankful that we found, in our case, God led us to this opportunity, because otherwise we'll just keep doing what we were taught repetitively and still not able to get where we want to be. And something that keeps looping inside my head is that when when we already did the best that we could within the traditional model, for me, climb up all the way up at the top of the corporate ladder and still not getting what I wanted. But
Mhm.
when I'm part of this community, global digital business community, pretty much everybody is getting what I really want and beyond. And
Exactly.
they're not any more smarter. They're not any like they're no different than us. Let's put it that way. All
Yes.
all they have is the desire to be in a better place. So what kept reminding myself is like, well, why would I go back to a place where people don't, even the most successful people don't have what I wanted. Whereas here, the whole community has everything that I wanted, right?
Yeah.
So that's the revelation. That's the revelation that I'm so thankful for. Now, how many months are you into this global online business?
I am in here less than a year overall, approximately less than a year. Yes,
Okay,
less than a year.
And how are you liking it so far?
I got my first check, so I am liking it really good. I keep that check. Yes, I'm gonna frame it. So I'm getting paid from this business.
Yes, totally. And you know, when you compare to traditional business usually takes a couple of years to at least stabilize, offset the overhead. But this
Yeah.
business, because it's online, there's no physical inventory, there's no bricks and mortar store, there's no rental, there's no rent, there's no staff, like all that huge overhead, they don't exist. That's why it makes it so much easier for anyone to, even when I was traveling in Asia, I was in Japan, I received my high ticket commission check while I was traveling. And I love the fact that we're not dealing with petty money. We're talking about high margins, high profit commission, and hence the answer to my prayer, too good to be true. But you have to work. You have to work it. You have to set the foundation. You have to follow the steps. The thing is that you have to be open and humble, because a lot of us, like, you know, highly educated, high experience, we're in a very good positions as per society definition. We may not be humble enough to accept something new or learn something new. But if we are, you know that there's a whole new world out there waiting for you to explore. That's why, to me, I'm so grateful that I always stay curious and stay open and stay humble, because when people are succeeding at the level above and beyond their wildest imaginations, even though they're from like different countries, different background, different professions, they've got something that you can learn from, right? Just because, like 2 weeks ago, when I asked the specialist, right, the medical doctor, I said, well, you're well established, you're way up there. What led you to be humble and learn from the basics? She said, well, because I work 60 hours minimum a week. It affected her immunity, affected her family dynamics, affected her bonding with her kids and her spouse, right? So if we can just stay humble and open and find out, learn more about what's available out there, then you'll be able to make an informed decision, right? Now, it's great that we have, you know, even my mom was visiting me last year, summertime. She saw me started this online business, and then she's very smart, even though she's gonna kill me. She's getting into her 80s, so she's like, I want to be part of this, and I let her become part of a business. And she got her first check on the exact same day as I did. She got a deposit in her Hong Kong bank mobile phone. And then on the day I went to the mailbox, because in Canada, we receive physical check. In Hong Kong, they receive mobile deposit. So on the exact same day, glory to God. And I made a post about it, because these are great memories to share and post. So I really like me, you, Alicia, and many others, we really want to share the good news. And not everyone would understand how amazing, undescribable this opportunity is, unless they take the time to understand it, right? Take the time to learn, just like you and me, right? I watched the patent business and compensation model, the one that's compounded returns. I watched that at least 5-6 times. Usually I could speed watch and learn and pick up everything like that, but that part I had to watch 5-6 times. And when I watched it 6 times, the light bulb just went up. I'm like, oh, you know. And I wanted to ask you, now that you're part of this business journey for about a year, where do you see yourself in the next 3-5 years? Like, what is on your vision board? Where do you see yourself?
I see myself up maybe 2 or 3 levels above where I'm at.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my aim.
And it's totally doable. Totally doable.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And when you reach a certain point, do you think you will contemplate kind of shifting your path and do more of the global digital business like some of our, well, like many of our fellow global digital business partners? We have a lot of early retired teachers, professors, and many professionals who retire from their nurses too. Nurses retire from their profession.
Mhm.
Do you see
That's what I
yourself
would.
there?
Yes, yes, I would like to retire in a couple more years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my aim, so I can spend more time with my family. That's really my aim. One of the things that led me to even start searching too, I was tired of telling my children no.
Yeah.
We can't afford this. And my kids, I must say, they do well in school and they deserve the rewards. And sometimes my little salary, I have to pay paying bills. And when they say, no, mommy, you want to go to there, wherever, I have to say no. No, I don't say no as much because
Yeah.
I'm making extra income.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
as a
Yes.
mother, I feel very good.
And that's what I meant. Like the love is so big that it drives us to make it happen, even though we know that this is a proven formula. We just have
Yes.
to put in the work, the time, and efforts in the pockets of time. How old are your kids?
Oh, I have three children. Two are in Jamaica, one is with me. My son is 26, my older daughter is 22, and my younger daughter, she's 17. She'll be 18 October.
Oh, so are you
Yeah.
thinking what I'm thinking?
Yes.
Yeah, because
Yes.
um,
Yes.
anyone who's 18 and above
Yes. Can
are
join.
qualified
Yeah.
to become a global digital
Yes.
business partner. And
Yes.
even my sons, mine are 14 and
Mhm.
7. My elder one already asked me, how old do I have to be? I want to do this. I said, you're 4 years away. And then my younger one, I said, well, why don't you watch the training with me? So he's been watching with me.
Okay.
And
Okay. Yeah.
yeah. So you're totally good to learn, because with AI in the space now, all the
Mm-hmm.
jobs that are currently available may not be available a couple of years or even a decade from now. So we
True.
have to have safety net, backup plan,
Mm-hmm.
and teach our next generation how to tap into the online space, because that's where the global reach is. I don't know about you guys, but in Canada, even Hong Kong, when I was visiting between November and February, many retail stores were empty. Like
Mm.
nobody's there. Real estate's all empty. And what was funny was that I noticed a lot of people buy online because they now have these stores where you can pick up their online purchases, and
Yeah.
that included my parents. They
Mhm.
kept ordering online, ordering because shipping is free. So they just kept ordering, and the quality is great, the cost is low, so everybody just hop onto online space. Online space
Mhm.
is a $1 trillion industry. That's why we have to be smart enough to tap into it. Now, how are your kids reacting to you doing global online business?
They are my biggest cheerleaders, to be honest.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So yes,
Do
yes,
they
they're very
ask?
proud of me. And they're seeing where, I mean, I took a chance on something they didn't understand. But when they saw me doing the training and I explain what I'm going through and they see me getting paid from it, then they're saying, yes.
Yes. Yes. And you should show them the check is no, how should I put it? No small
Yes, yes,
dollar. We're talking about
yes,
like big
ma'am.
dollars, right?
Big money
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. And they will start to see, because when they start going through their job search and then interview and all that, they'll be able to compare. Oh, what do you mean? My mom gets this much, but you're telling me I'm getting this much? I better talk to my mom, right? It's all about exposure. What they don't
Yes,
see,
yes.
they don't know. But when they see
Mhm.
it, they're like, oh no, I think I could do better through the online space. And
Yes.
that's why, like, I really think that younger generation, next generation, needs to know enough about AI and online space.
Mhm.
Now, I know that everything happened for a reason, how you found this business and whatnot. If you had to tell yourself, the older version of yourself, before you started this business, what would you tell yourself?
Never give up. And just as my book says, I am therefore I can, unleashing the power within. As long as you exist, the possibilities are endless.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing you need to be able to is to be. And if you are, then you can.
Yes. Amen to that. Amen. Amen. Because we only get to live once. We
There
gotta
you go.
live to the best version of ourselves.
Yes.
I didn't ask you previously, when you found out about this business, how long did it take you to jump in?
2 or 3 days. 2
Yeah,
or
yeah,
3 days
yeah.
afterwards. Yes.
Yes, yes,
I rushed in.
yes, yes. So
Yes.
that's why we clicked, because I was like that too. When I saw it, I'm
Yes.
like, click,
Yes,
got it.
ma'am. I took my
Because a lot of
time.
time, yeah, I mean, it's not even a calculated risk. To me, this is
Mhm.
the gold mine. I need it. I want it,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Because sometimes I think society taught us to overanalyze, overthink,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
before you know it, what do we call it? Analysis paralysis, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
there's no action. Then you find out the whole bunch of people ahead of you now because they've taken actions. Imperfect action is better than no action.
And the
That's
sooner you learn, the sooner you earn.
totally learn and earn, learn and earn. Even my younger son said that. Learn, earn, vacation. Earn, vacation. He created himself. So, okay. So in closing, I'm sure our global audience who's watching live or replay would be wondering, okay, so what exactly is this global online business, and how exactly could I find out more? And I'm gonna share with everybody that because this business is patent, the model details, the compensation model requires you to sit down and watch and learn. So it's not something that we could just simply share over 45 minutes global live chat. It is something that you could find out yourself. Now, if you came across this global live chat through Alicia's website, then feel free to go to her website and then register your email address, watch the free webinars, and then it'll give you step-by-step instructions as to what your next steps is. If you found this global live chat through my social media webpage or website, then you can go to my website and then register your email, same process. The benefit of this is that we have automated system that is already integrated as part of our business package. That's why we don't spend time talking, elaborating patent business compensation model details with every single person who's interested, because that way it's going to take up a lot of our time, right? We have a life to live, right? That's why one of the ingenious component is of this business is that we leverage the system. We leverage the system to explain to you what this entails, how you could succeed, and you just follow your desire and then see if this matches your search. And again, me and Elisa can tell you it is very simple, but yet you have to do the work to
Yes.
make an informed decision. We can make the decision for you because every
Mhm.
person is different.
Different.
And again, I mean, we're here to share the good news, but you have to do your work to understand what it entails. And this is complimentary anyway. This is free. So the first step is that you would go to either Alicia or my website, register, and then you'll receive system generated automated emails to tell you the pertinent information. And if you get the sense that, you know what, I really want to learn more, then you pay the US $149 VIP behind the scene pass, where you will have access to our private Facebook global community. This is 280,000 plus people in the community already. Okay. And then you will also have access to the patent business and compensation model. We can't just give that patent information to anybody who's interested because it's patent, right? So you have to pay a price, US dollar 149, to gain access to it. And then if you've watched everything at your own pace, you decided, you know what, I want to become a global digital business owner. Then you can schedule a call with a coach and then decide how you go about doing it. Now, within 30 days, if you haven't scheduled a call and if you decide that, you know what, I don't think I'm ready, there's no risk, there's guarantee you can refund the 149 is back to you. It's that simple. There's no risk. It's for you to tap into the patent business and compensation model that a lot of professionals across different industries around the globe has already taken advantage of. So it's that simple. It's that simple. And again, we're here to share the good news, but you have to do your due diligence to find out whether this fits you or not. So Alicia, it has been a wonderful pleasure having you to share your story, your journey with a global audience. And I'm sure that you will come back again to share your multiple milestones, your stories and blessing from God. So if you had to give our global audience a single advice, what would you give them?
About the chance. Yeah, take your first step. Do not let fear hold you back.
Yes, I agree.
It's your future. Yeah, just take the leap. Just do it.
Yes. A PhD, a master, amazing, successful professional middle school teacher telling you that. And she's one of many. Like I can't wrap my head around making this sound even more simple. All of us study so much. We are intelligent human beings. All of us are saying the same thing. Take a chance, find out yourself, and then you know why we're so passionate about this global online business. Remember, Alicia said she was camera shy. And here she's on a global live chat platform telling the world how wonderful this amazing opportunity is. You know, what would change somebody from a camera shy to passionately sharing something? Is because she found the good news and she's being caring to share with everybody. And otherwise, like we both have high credentials. We wouldn't put ourselves out here and say something that's not good and that's not amazing, you know? So that's why we're here. So until next time, you know, take actions, find out, be curious, learn more about what's available out there outside of your comfort zone, because you will be surprised the possibilities and opportunities out there. So once again, Alicia, thank you so much for sharing your story, your journey, your insights. We really appreciate you. And for a global audience, God bless you and do yourself a service, take action. All right.
Thanks for having me,
everybody, and God bless you.
Bye.